she pretty sharp still?
Yeah, mentally she's all there, but body-wise.
You know, Brad. Well, I think
in the 90s. Oh, really? Don't wear hearing
2
aids.
years ago. We
Probably wear
did
glasses,
thing
but I mean,
down there for that.
still active in their business.
I've only been there once, but
Really good food. I think it's interesting because I think people at work probably stay a little sharper sometimes because their employees' brain activity going on versus just sitting home doing nothing.
Yeah, that's what we just had a
Like
guy this year. He had 55 years of service at year. I think he was 82 or 83, and this year he just retired. Everybody laughed. It was like inside, so he had all the old stuff like pensions and stuff like that. So Richard, we were laughing. He had plenty of money, but even one of his kids was already retired. So he
Well, some people like have jobs and they like them and they don't want to retire.
person that was further than that. So it was like, that's my goal.
My son's father-in-law, he drove for Schneider, and then he was he a became a safety officer or safety.
I tell you, the wind is brutal off the lake.
And then he left Schneider, which he was glad because Schneider doesn't have a good track record of treating employees.
And I went down.
But so he worked with this other company, and he said, "I'll come and work for you." They went after him. He said, "I'll come and work for you, but you need to start looking for some."
We're looking to do some infill housing.
10 years later, like he's still telling me, okay, you
They
need.
have 42.
So this past year, or this year, he retired. But they didn't want him to retire. And the problem is, people can't find people to
Replace them.
replace them. Yeah.
Because they used to build.
So they go back to the guys that have been doing the job that know what they're doing.
Fred is married
Sometimes
to
with contracting, you actually make just as much, if not more.
Yeah.
You usually do it part-time.
Sisters.
Well, I think they offered that.
Which one of the brothers left and went to Hemingway?
But yeah,
That wasn't Fred.
it's sad because you're trying to find people that have a work ethic. And so many people don't.
Yeah.
I mean, and I understand, somewhat understand because I think there's a lot of businesses that just take advantage of people.
Yeah, that's the hard part. You get people that do work hard and they see people not
Pretty
work
cool.
hard.
So yeah,
And they
Take
get paid to
advantage.
pay them.
Yeah, it puts a sort of spot on you.
So my friend's son works for Sunwell,
Should be good.
and he's over on Hudson Drive.
Down there.
And I forget who
You're in a
the
good
park
market.
it is, but they're down in Columbus.
Yeah.
So he's been
Yeah, we're
there,
really happy in Brimfield.
I don't know, probably 10 years.
We're happy to.
And
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's nice to have something clean
he
and
worked,
maintained
he
because
and
we had a
his
couple
buddy
of
both started at the
apartments
same
that are-
time, but they kept getting raises.
We
And
need to
other
buy
guys
it
would
or
get mad at
something
them,
and get them out of here.
but they work.
Yeah.
They don't
We have a-
kill them.
We have a lot of, not that I'm opposed to
So,
Section 8, but
He
we have
got a call
Section 8,
from the
and
guy
it's-
that runs
It's really a continual problem. I have to go there all the time because of,
And
lack of
so,
garbage pickup or,
Oh, yeah.
the,
you know, it's
They-
just
they
stuff
want him
that
to come
that
down and
department
run the
should be
company
taking
down
care
there.
of.
For sure.
and it's like, he goes,
Yeah.
I don't
That's right
think I
by,
want to do that.
actually off of
It's
Brimfield
hard.
Drive
He-
here is one of them.
He would like to run the
Yeah,
Sunwell
too.
division, because he's almost doing that now.
And then the other one's right next to the
It's a
same
lot of supply chain
Section
problems
8,
and,
right next to
Yeah.
the elementary school.
yeah, stay local,
Yeah.
because he's
They
literally
actually have
5
a gate
minutes
to
away
walk
from his
back
house.
and forth to the school.
He doesn't really want to uproot. But that's, it's a whole different thing, like you run a company, that's your life then.
I just.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, it's one thing,
Submit to get R6 zoning.
it's one thing to be able to go home and separate from it.
It's very good. Was he Everett, right?
I do.
Yeah, he just retired. He works in the same where I'm at. And he was that way. Like, there's so much knowledge from him on the lab machines that I try to get. And that's what he kept telling me. I was like, I'm gonna retire. You're gonna lose. Like,
We'll be
it's
live.
like there's time to work on something. Like, oh, I wish we could.
Couple minutes,
About 3
It's up to
minutes
you,
will be
Steve.
live.
It's the same thing.
and it's a light rain right now.
That's,
That's a good
when you
sign.
lose those
Rain's good.
guys, and you can't glean the information from them, this is a bad thing.
Yeah.
Although we could put it back.
The Redwood buildings are going up pretty quick.
They are.
Everywhere.
That retirement, that
Guys
nursing
are all
home
over
too.
the place.
Yeah.
I mean,
We're on
that,
top leaf by my parents' house. And
Is that
Hope they
what's
don't go
going on?
under.
Like where they do National Road area?
Just
In
ran.
Fairlawn?
No, it's
No.
actually a Rosemont, it's gonna be some Ryan homes, and then it's gonna be an Epcot community.
Okay.
which
It's like you're
probably-
driving through an area and then all of a sudden you see a redwood
Okay.
sign. It's like,
But yeah, that's
oh
gonna
my
be-
gosh, they're here too.
Yeah.
Okay, so 7 sharp.
Lance Osborne and like wine up kind of
Two
speed.
They'll be rolling in soon.
2 minutes.
I live like 5 minutes from there.
Do you want me to unlock the door?
Yeah, my mom-in-law lived in Rosemont, and then we all moved. Well,
This is.
we decided to move out here, and she moved out and
Oh, okay.
built a house next to ours.
Nice.
So-
Lived in the housing, Rosemont?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
And you guys are just gonna make
That's
a
beautiful neighborhood.
Oh, yeah.
recommendation to.
But it's very,
Do what?
like her house, it was so very outdated. No, so they all, like, we all went to Green, but then my wife was the youngest,
For
and
this-
she graduated from high school. They sold their house in Green and bought the one in Fairlawn as a, like, they did a retirement fun party house, kind of
Make a
like.
motion to send this to
Everybody-
the
all the
trustees
grandkids can
for
come
approval.
there.
Right?
Yeah, approval from zoning
Yeah.
commission to the trustees.
Yeah.
But then it was just like she got tired of having
Not
too
regional
much
planning,
house,
the trustees.
Yeah.
so.
To the trustees, yeah.
Yeah, I grew up like down by the.
We need a practice meeting to
Okay.
do that stuff.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Because you say, then also you're supposed to do it, it's like,
Oh, we should be-
So you'll accept the agenda, it should be on the list, so.
Yeah.
One
Accept the
minute.
agenda, and then the minutes, the
Yeah, it's
approval minutes,
great,
let's not do that approval yet, we'll wait till Lauren's back, so I know.
Yeah, because we don't have a copy, we don't have that yet.
Yeah, she has those somewhere, but I didn't get them, so.
No, that's okay. Well,
And then she's coming back for the next meeting, so we'll approve all 3 at the next meeting.
oh, it'll be a busy meeting.
And then, yeah, it should be.
All right, so
And
we'll get
we're
almost
waiting for
7.
the cell phones to all come to 7 o'clock.
Got 1 minute.
1 minute, yeah.
I think,
5 seconds.
Yeah, 5,
oh, you
4,
have a
3,
countdown
2.
clock?
Well, if you go here, you can see the second thing.
Yeah,
Oh,
Oh, that she has it on.
Summer
there. I didn't realize
time.
that. Yeah.
okay, let's call to order the Brimfield Township Zoning Commission, 7 o'clock. And I have roll call, please.
Yep, Ron Jones, absent. Tom Johnson, absent. Debbie Darlis,
Here,
Tom Sargent,
here,
Patrick Blair is absent. Seth Halen,
Here.
Colette is absent. I'm here, I'm Economic Development Director and Zoning Inspector, and Lauren Kaufman is absent.
I'd like to make a motion to accept the agenda.
I make a motion.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
And we're holding off on approval of the minutes till the next meeting.
Correct.
And Mike, I'll let you take over if you want
Yep.
to.
So we have a zoning amendment application. Nick Peronis is here. We had the public hearing at 6:35, just prior to this meeting. Nobody did show up for the meeting other than the applicant himself. We have not received any correspondence based off of, we advertised this both on the website, on the paper, in the paper, and as well as sending letters to the surrounding property owners. Last evening, Regional Planning Commission met, and you should have a package in front of you from Regional Planning. The recommendation was for approval of this to you guys to go forward. And it's your consideration if you want to approve this and send it to the trustees for consideration.
Okay,
I'll make a motion that we send it to the trustees for approval.
okay, I need a second.
I'll second the motion to send it to the trustees for
Okay,
approval.
okay, any comments or anything like that from anyone on the board? Mike, any comments or anything? Everything good?
Everything looks good to me, yeah.
All right, let's send that on to the trustees.
I just got a text message, Tom's running, I'm just a little bit late, but he will be here.
Okay.
Tom Weesey.
Oh, Tom.
Oh, okay, that's, we'll
Okay,
keep,
Tom.
we'll keep the meeting open. So just so everybody is aware, you guys had considered this, looked at this. This is Nick Peronis, this is Jane M. Sons, LLC, and for the people watching, this address is 890 Talmadge Road, parcel number 04039000001000. It's zoned to R3 and the proposed changing is to IC. The amended request is zoning amendment change from the current R3 medium high density zoning district to the integrated commercial zoning district. And this is based off of both our land use plan and what it is currently. They have apartments there now, and they have a non-conforming use in the district that they're in, and this just makes sense of it, and it conforms to the zoning code. So I just wanted to tell that for anybody watching at home, so everybody's aware. You guys are aware of it from the last meeting. That's why you voted on it, and we're comfortable with it. But this will go to the trustees for consideration. There's going to be a public hearing that the trustees will set next Wednesday. They'll set a time and date for the public hearing for you, and then they have 20 days from the date of the public hearing to meet and make it approval or deny. So that's what's happening next. And then next on the agenda is we were going to discuss the proposed zoning district changes based off the comprehensive land use plan, which is the whole GC district, going down 43. What I have in front of you is maps of the GC district. And at the previous meetings, we discussed, everybody taking something home, and I didn't have a good drawing for you to do this. I sort of blew this up, took a picture of it, and then printed these all out. So we don't have a full board tonight, which is fine. But I'd like you to consider taking a look at everything that fronts onto 43. I would like to keep as general district, general commercial district. And then anything that's going off a Howe Road or even, Brimfield Drive, anything along those lines there, I'd like to take a look at getting rid of those, getting those back into the residential districts. I do have a drawing here. You guys could consider taking a look at this. I know Tom Weezy's coming because they own property with the church, and they have some, conversations on this as well.
Put it right in front of us.
Something to see it too.
Okay.
But what I'd like you to do is, take this. We don't have to vote on anything tonight. I'd like to make changes, bring back your, what we think, what we work out with Tom and his crew tonight. And then, maybe in December, actually put this on the agenda, and then have you guys, propose the proposed language, officially send it off to regional for January and start the ball rolling with these GC district changes.
Okay. Sounds
That
good.
way we're finishing you up and starting another one instead of trying to do both at the same time.
Okay.
But that way Lauren's back, then we could get everything in the paper and all that. There's a lot of paperwork that goes behind this, so.
So Nick, I think we're all done with you. If you wanted to leave, you can. If you want to stay meet with Tom Leahy's time, we're.
Yeah, it's up to you if you want to stay, or it's entirely up to you.
Yeah, did I?
No, you didn't.
Yeah.
He is with Skipper Group Property.
Okay.
They own all of the property. They own property on 43. He's also part of the church, which he's representing tonight. And then he has the property behind McDonald's over on 43. All that property that goes along there.
The property right in front of the school.
Yep, and in front of the school as well. Yes.
Yeah.
Where they were going to put the gas
Mhm.
station.
Gas station. Yeah.
No, maybe it's a nice room.
Yeah.
So if you were right now, where would you connect these lines right now?
If it was up to me right now,
I want
without
us to see.
discussing this, I would take it right here. This property's coming, it's on here, so I would take it from here and go over.
So these are three houses right here, right now, right?
Yeah, the problem is this one fronts here, so I can't really take it out of that district
Mhm.
because it'll split that property, and I'd rather not do that unless they're gonna put this line right here. And then, you do a
Oh,
lot
that's what you're
split,
saying.
and then I can just take it right here. But
So when you do a lot split like that, does it affect, like if you're putting a building on it? That you
so
have-
as long as he has an acre and a half over here, it shouldn't play a or actually half acre over here and an acre and a half over here, it wouldn't matter.
Oh, okay, yeah, there's that much.
Yeah. Yeah, half acre is general commercial, and then R1 is 1.5 acres. So if you split it right off, and I don't know how much he's got, it looks like he's got more than a couple acres there, so.
I can't remember what the size of the lot is. I thought it was like 6.
See, that would be a nice parcel to split off, you know?
What's going on with that property when you get off the highway and you turn right into our apartments? The first one on the corner there, it's been like abandoned forever. You know what I'm talking about?
Where at?
When you get off the Talmadge Road,
On Talmadge.
yeah, and you
okay.
turn right to go to our apartments.
That used to have Big Toys Run there and
Yeah, this building's just been abandoned.
Oh, it used to be that old spot,
It
hot
looks like
tub
a little
place.
gas
Hot
station,
tub,
but-
Yeah.
Oh,
Well-
it was Imogene's Ice Cream,
Yeah,
it was
Imogene's.
remote control car place.
Toys
I
Run.
mean, for the past 15 years, I don't think it's been any.
Yeah, what the-
No, and here's the thing. So the whole time with ODOT, we didn't address it or go after it or, you know, try to do anything for any reason. Because the whole time ODOT had it on the plans as a take. So they were taking right-of-way acquisition all the way up till the project started.
Yeah.
It was slated to be bought by the state.
And then
Then the state changed their mind.
Like, we don't need it that much.
Yeah.
Right.
Like that much
And now I'm like, oh my gosh, now we got this, there's a couch out there and there's a camper. I'm like, great.
I saw the couch.
So,
Yeah.
you know, now I'm gonna have to do something about it, but,
What do you think they go there though? I mean, it's a good area.
yeah. So it is a good area. And I thought for example, it's zoned, general commercial.
Yeah, and say the GC right there.
So, you know, there's some good things that could come there. You can't put a gas station anymore.
Nope.
They missed that window, but,
What about all the land that's for sale right past it? It's been for sale for.
that's all general commercial, all the way up to Sunnybrook. So.
Yeah, because they have to be clearing it or something, or there's big
Yeah,
equipment.
They-
there,
they
so-
they
cleared
took
it.
the house down, but I think it was more because the house was in all that great shape or something. I can't,
Yeah, that's a perfect area for a little strip plaza.
Yeah. The reason my dad built the first building set back so far is because he thought if this area ever grew, he would put a little strip plaza out front, you know? But I don't think it's the best spot for it, but maybe down towards.
Down the
area.
street would be perfect.
Yeah, it would.
but you
It
see,
doesn't seem that deep, but yeah, a little strip plaza.
Mm.
you see the little one where the pizza shop's at.
Well, and the other
That's all
thing,
that seems to be floundering.
the other thing with this drawing on this general commercial here, and keep that in mind, Nick, because you might be interested.
Sure.
So Gary with Stouffer Realty is representing all of the property for Kent State. So they have that up. They have a potential buyer and they want to come in for zoning changes. I told them that we were working on this now. They want to come with more residential in the back, which is fine. I want to keep the GC in the front. So as long as they have up with a plan where we can keep the general commercial, I don't care if they have an access drive to get to their residential off of 43, but we want to keep that general commercial in the front. So the idea that for you though, is because Kent State has a deal with that, not Kent State, but Kent, City of Kent
City.
has a deal that they're going to bring water down for this project. So that will bring water almost halfway down 43 on that side with this project.
Whereabouts too.
So that, I'm not so sure of the parcels, all that belong to the Kent State. I've got to take a look. Yeah, I know that the outpost is here. These are homes up in here and the outpost is right here.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking it's in here and then comes back through this way.
They're so close.
What type of commercial are you envisioning would be best maybe to go there?
Strip plazas for sure. This is all just general commercial.
Yeah.
And the problem why nobody's ever developed on 43 down in here is
No water.
no water. Now, we just brought water with the nursing home on the corner of 43 and Malloy, and that's coming from Kent.
Gotcha.
And now on the other side, Kent has agreed to bring water all the way down for this development because there's enough, they're gonna sell enough to
So they haven't brought the water down to
the nursing home they did.
Yeah, they did.
Oh,
Is it in the
Where's the
right of
next
way? It's not in the road,
It's off, it's in the right of way. They just came.
on the west side?
They came into Brimfield on the west side.
Okay.
Yes.
The nursing home, where's that?
And plenty of flow to it.
One down Malloy and 43.
Like
plenty of
going into
flow.
Kent?
So as long as it's
There were
lucrative
Bob Evans
for them to
just south
sell
of Bob
water,
Evans, but on the
they're
west
gonna
side.
do it.
Yeah.
So if you're going towards Kent, it's on the left
I'd be
side.
on the left-hand side,
Yeah.
like right before you get the official.
Was there?
The last I
Has
saw
there
that,
been any
yeah, I just saw the
movement
dirt
in these
being
other
moved, but I
properties?
didn't know what was going in there.
Yeah.
What kind of nursing home?
Especially,
I don't know.
94 beds.
so I know like,
94 beds.
Heritage, I think is the name of it.
we had talked about this before, there was a towing company that was gonna move in.
So it's like,
apparently that-
you know, old,
But
well,
that was,
it's not like, I don't know.
they were gonna come in
Yeah, I
and
don't know, I
build
like
a
the
corporate
cover.
office.
But I don't know
I
what,
can't remember what.
but it's a
And that's
94
when
bed.
the other guy was gonna
Pretty good
put
size.
storage pods up and do, he couldn't land on anything he wanted to do. So this is right at the end of Dick's tenure here, before you got here.
Yeah, I know who that was. I know who that was, Mike Rice.
For the towing company,
I think it's
No, not for the towing company, for the, somebody,
the storage.
they were storage. He wanted to do some, I think he was in at the BZA and he was talking about some kind of hunting cabins that were pre-manufactured. He wanted to,
Yeah, he just wanted 4 slabs, it's a Connex boxes. I mean, basically, because he would draw it up, but he wouldn't land what he wanted to do. He kind of wanted to be loose.
I do remember
so he
that.
could shift it.
yeah.
But
But, you
I
know,
don't
this
know if that's
changes,
what-
this changes everything. If we've got water and sewer going down to Kent from Brimfield, it's gonna change everything. Like I said before, that's, you know, when we estimated it to run it on both sides for us, it was 2 million. We were gonna do that, we're waiting for development to come and push the water down and it's happening, you know, so that's good.
So what's going on with the Ricos and the drive-through? Is that place closed?
So Scassio owns that property now, and he bought the property because he wanted access to the clock tower building. He owns the clock tower building before, and he didn't have an easement to get his driveway into the back. So he bought the property on auction to put his easement in. And really, he was just going to sell off, knock the building down, do whatever. And then there's 2 guys, local guys here. They have a lot to do with the schools and football teams and things like that. They have that under contract to open a barbecue place. And it's going to be a bar and a barbecue restaurant.
Where Ricos used to be.
But that's the proposal, and we gave them permits to go. It's just, I haven't seen
Is the
much.
drive-through
They're probably
closed?
getting the financing and everything else.
Yeah.
Is the drive-through closed? Because they,
The drive-through, I don't know why they just closed. All of a sudden, it just
The
stopped.
rumor I heard was the owner was on like a vacation and he couldn't get any help to keep it open.
Well,
Wow.
that would be a legit reason.
Yeah.
Today.
But
Wow.
I didn't know it was still closed, but that
It's
was.
still closed.
Yeah, I didn't realize it was that way.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah.
So the trailer closes
trailer-
too, right?
oh, I
Now,
got-
I don't know. I have not talked to Scassio because he owns the clock tower and he owns Rico. So I know he was interested in purchasing that property at one point. And then you'd have the whole corner. And then you've got the ability of something coming in like a CVS or a
A
Walgreens.
bigger, yeah, because you have a little parking lot.
You have the room then with all of them. But, you know, we'll see what happens with
And
that.
then they're having a property on auction with Ballista. Is
I
that
seen
what it is?
that.
Was
I
that
seen that, Keiko. Yeah.
12:30 something?
Mhm.
Where's that
On
at?
Talmadge Road.
It's, she used to always have signs up, vote no on the school levy. She does insurance
Yeah.
Oh, that's right by the.
by the Brimfield State, well, used to be Brimfield State.
Yeah, and then the last auction went residential. There was people that bought it for residential homes, the ones on Old Forge, all that acreage that went.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, so I think it's like 4 homes going to be proposed back on it, but that's it. It broke up into separate parcels. German Society took part of it. They took 3 acres of it. One guy bought 40 acres. I was telling you, that's going to come off of Old Forge, and then some of them are coming off of Beechcrest with 6 and 8 acre parcels.
Oh, so you're talking about east of 43?
Yes. Yep. There was a big parcel back, I think it was 70 acres for auction or something. It was quite a bit.
Wow.
Any news with that land across the street from us? I think it's for sale by owner.
No word on that yet.
Yeah,
Mm-mm.
my friend talked to Crano. He was out on vacation. Now he's back.
Oh, okay. You're talking about the Card properties.
Yeah,
I'm meeting with their attorneys Monday. They have some ideas that really don't fit the zoning code. And of course, our use is covered. It's gone. So they're, trying to look at their options of what they want to do with that. To me, it's very simple. The limited industrial area is, as long as you're building a building, you're pretty much safe with a lot of stuff. So,
Yeah.
but We'll see what they have to say. Hopefully it's good things, and hopefully we can get it to work. We want to work with people, not turn them down. So.
Well, do we need to wait for Tom? Is he still coming or?
Yeah, he said he was 15 minutes late, so I don't remember. I don't think I got another text from
Or
him.
should we, we're done with our,
Yeah, so we could.
we can wait.
He could come to the next one because we won't do anything till that one anyway.
When's the next meeting gonna be?
December.
Should I text him and ask him if he's close?
Yeah, if not, just tell him we're going to do it the next one because
Let's see, second Thursday, it'd be the 9th, December 9th
that's correct.
is our next meeting.
What time?
7 o'clock on the night.
Unless you want to come at 6:30 and wait until we get here.
Maybe, I just didn't wanna be late.
Bring an ice cream.
Yeah.
I'll eat it before. Well, I didn't know if people were gonna come at 6:30,
I'm just kidding.
so.
I'm giving you a hard time there.
Yeah,
How's, which one about doing with all the buildings, the little sheds?
Which
and
one
stuff?
call it?
Here's someone.
All right. Hey, Tom?
Behind the town hall.
I think he's okay. I never talked to him, but it seems like he's always there. Hi, Tom. How are you? Tom, can I get you to sign in on the 7 o'clock one? One of them's a 6:30 and one. This is the regular meeting sign on this one. Good.
so when's all the on-ramp construction supposed to be done?
Next
It'll be
year.
23.
So then we have a year or two to go through.
It's another year.
There's like 3 or 4 days where they didn't do anything on the exit ramp, the eastbound exit. I wondered,
Hey, Tom, Nick,
concrete
The same,
out there?
I don't know,
He has
maybe they
property
ran
on-
into something and needed it answered, you know how that's,
18.
they do the
Sonny?
change order.
Right past the railroad tracks.
Okay.
I'm trying, are they gonna tear the other ramp up?
Really?
Yeah.
Pretty good. I've never driven back in there.
Yeah, go check it out.
So Tom, this is just something that, and you might want to take a look, we're going to have you a little bit more involved because you could sort of, this is the GC district going down 43, and we're looking at anything that fronts this GC district, keeping it. So we have some ideas that we kind of like just inked in to see where we can keep the properties off of Howe and all these other side roads, Brimfield Drive, things like that, and go to the neighboring districts because they're residential homes. So we don't want to go back down these areas. Where is your lots in here that are in question?
Pull this out.
So I don't know if you can see this, but this 13-acre lot and this 6-acre lot along the church. Right out here?
Yeah, you can look at that now.
Okay, so this is our 6-acre piece that this portion up front we desire to.
Oh, so it's this and this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so altogether, that's about 20 acres. This would be where we would build a church and then maybe use some of this for parking.
Oh, I thought this was ours. This one.
Right.
That's, okay, I'm sorry.
Well, so this area here wouldn't matter if I changed it to general commercial or not, because we could put the church in regardless.
It's gonna be your church.
We could get the zoning in there regardless. I think there's a provision for churches anywhere. I think I could put them just about at any spot. But the residential homes, how far back would you go?
Well, this was the thought, if we were to zone that R3 and just split off a couple of lots, that would meet the minimum requirement. And
You just want 2 lots?
well,
Like keep an access point here for the church, and then these 2 would be the lots right here?
correct.
Well,
I mean, there could be possibility if somebody wanted to do.
I like that idea.
Multifamily.
I like that idea, because this lot here I want to keep, because he's got an access both points.
Right.
So I want to keep that. So if you cut the line, even right here, because it wouldn't matter if there's an access point. That wouldn't matter.
Yeah, so we've got 271 foot of frontage, so if we kept 60 here,
So if we went like this, is what you're saying, you're gonna split this lot to here,
yeah, just like I'm showing here, so there's lot 1 and 2.
so I could
keep
go
a
like,
60 foot drive.
I could go like that. And then this is still part of your parcel, so this would come in right through here. So this would still be GC,
And you just change out the section.
just this section right here.
Yeah, 112 feet, or 11.6 actually, and that would leave 60 feet.
Do you wanna do that simultaneously? Do you wanna do your lot split, or do you need the zoning change before you do the lot split?
It's a good question. If the county doesn't care about zoning.
Well, I would sign off on that. So if you have this done and ready to go, your surveyor just puts something on there for me to split that off. And I would sign that, and then we could take it from the lot split, we could bring it to you guys with updated zoning map, and then this could be, I mean, we work on it simultaneously. You know, we could do the same thing, we could talk to Todd and say, this is the plan. You and I can meet with regional, go from there. That way, next meeting, we'll put this on the agenda with all these changes. The only thing, like I said, that Stouffer Realty has Kent State Properties. And I guess they have a buyer, and they're bringing water. So from
Doesn't
Kent,
look on this paper.
and they have some changes to the zoning, but I don't know. I haven't seen what they want to do and what they're proposing. So I hate to make all kinds of changes, then they'll put an application in to change something. So I would like to work with them. This is a no-brainer. We won't, you don't have to apply for that. We'll just change that. As long as you guys are all right with that, it makes sense.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I did print copies for everybody. If you would like. Opposed.
I didn't have to write it in my paper.
Yeah, that totally makes sense. And it goes with the whole comprehensive land use plan, like the whole point we were doing this was trying to make the districts what they are. I mean, if this is a residential area, marketable residential area, it's like, you know,
Yeah, there's already residential lots to the west of us.
both sides.
Both sides.
I mean, the only problem is we'll talk to regional, we might take this line over here, you know, and it wouldn't matter if you cut through with an access, that's not gonna make any difference.
Yeah, I agree.
But, I mean, I'd like to take it all over here, but just the configuration of the lots are a little different. But we'll work out the details on this one, so this one will start at the next meeting and get them involved and get who owns what and what's actually on those parcels. The other complicated part that we'll talk about next month is this part right here. Because this is all general commercial coming in back here, but these are the hotels. And all that coming off, you know, if you're coming off the freeway over here, there's some apartments back in here, and so we're gonna have to look at what we're gonna change that. It's not general commercial, you know, the Hampton and Days Inn, that's not, you know,
Right.
we should call it what it is.
So your steps,
So we'll put it actually on the agenda for December, for all the GC district changes, and then they could send this off to regional planning for help with this map. I mean, I could send it off earlier and get a better drawn out map from regional planning that makes our changes, you know, that way everybody's parcel numbers on it. And we'll go forward with that, then it'll be on the agenda, they could vote on it to go to regional planning for consideration and feedback. Then it comes back to the zoning commission, they set a public hearing. Then they have a meeting after the public hearing, and then they vote on it. It goes they forward it to the trustees if they like everything, like we just did tonight with this property. And then trustees set a public hearing, and then have a meeting after a public hearing and then vote on it.
okay.
But then in the meantime, you send, you know, everything's advertised in the paper and, you know, the whole 9 yards with the zoning
You're
change.
saying that we could actually start the lot split application with regional planning in the
surveyor prior to.
I think we could work, I'll talk to Todd, I'm not here tomorrow, but on Monday or Tuesday, give me a call and we'll set up a meeting with Todd and see. I don't see a problem why we can't work simultaneously on that.
Okay. Now, let me ask, according to the zoning code, we'd have to have an R3 district to be able to get a 100-foot lot width.
And it's what, 1.5 acre? The R1?
R1 is a much larger lot than we have, whereas the R3 allows for a 1/2 acre lot with 100-foot frontage, which is what roughly they are to the west of us.
Yeah.
My thought was R3 might be an appropriate transition from GC to eventually R1.
That's fine. We're gonna have R3 up in here. So, I mean, that's not a bad proposal. We could keep R3 going all the way through here as a buffer between it.
Yeah. My only other thought, so what I'm showing here is achieving a minimum lot size, and I did include the acreage to the center of the road. I measured from the right of way.
I'd say R3 here too. Okay.
I don't know if it makes sense to push that back any further, just in case somebody wanted to make a little bit larger lot.
Well, we could work that out. That's fine. However, it depends how much you want to keep up in there, If you want to go minimum lots there for a house, then, I can look it up real quick.
I guess I'd ask the question, does the zoning commission have a preference for single family versus 2-family homes in this? If it's kind of, like I said, a transition from single family, from general commercial to single family further east. I don't know that the church has a strong opinion either way. There might be.
Well, I mean, what's the difference in, you're not gonna push that much farther back.
So if you're going to,
Even if you went back farther, you wouldn't be going a long way.
if you're going to R3, it's a conditionally permitted use for a 2-family. So if you're going to R3, then you'd have to go to Board of Zoning Appeals.
Okay.
For conditional use, but it's in there. It's listed as a, so.
Yeah. There's already sanitary sewer there, so I don't think the lot size is gonna matter for sewer.
No, you can do private well.
Yeah.
Did you do soil?
Just topo would verify.
You really don't need it because you got sewer anyway.
Yeah, put something in anyway. Unless you have a leak.
Yeah, unless it's built on peat, yeah.
Then you'd have to have a floating foundation.
Okay.
Yeah, can we keep a copy of this?
You can have that.
Okay. Yeah, that works for us. Or it works for me anyway. I don't know if it works for you guys, but it'd be for me, it works now.
When you have the right block, it makes a lot more sense. I didn't look at the things in so long.
No, and we're like, wait a minute, I'm going to keep.
I knew we had an easement, and I was back, that was the only lot that would be great to have, but.
Yeah.
That's,
Want extra copies?
that other lot beside that is the one the guy's driving on right now, right?
Nick, did you want a copy?
So,
All right.
So we'll put that on for the December next meeting. That'd be on the agenda. Back to the meeting if you like. It's up to you guys.
Well, let's stay another hour. All right, I have make a motion to, and any other, well, and do you have anything else you want to talk about?
for the good of the order, I think we.
Yeah, for the good of the order.
No.
Okay. I'd like to make a motion to end the meeting.
I'll second the motion.
No, I have to have a motion.
Oh, I'm sorry. I make a motion to end the meeting, that's what you said.
Second?
And then I'll second the
Okay.
end meeting.
All right, next meeting is December the 9th, 7 o'clock.
Thank you.
Meeting is
Thank you.
Yeah.